Hello and good day everyone. Riot Game has released a new trailer for the new expansion that's going to release on October 12th, and they also already revealed one of the champions, so we're going to watch both the trailer and the champion reveal, and let's have a look at some of the new cards. Arrow's tip. That makes me think of Varus. Oh, it's Varus. Oh, cool.
I am more than this. We are more.
What I could learn from studying such a weapon. Fascinating, the overlap between magic and science.
A piercing bolt. Aim for the heart. That weapon calls to me, offering a great hunt.
The Winter's Claw will never accept peace. When and where we find power, we will take it.
True power eclipses both day and night. I will end their cyclical war.
That's Aatrox, right?
Varus, weak, too human.
So much blood, so much life.
The arrow of retribution will find its mark. This is the power of the dark.
Okay, that was pretty cool. So yeah, Varus is definitely in it. That's also a champion that's revealed already. And I think we saw Aatrox on that. I'm not too sure. I don't know all the champions from League of Legends. I've played it up until Kled got released, I think. So I'm not entirely sure about all of the champions that exist. If we saw other champions in there, I don't know. But I definitely saw Varus, and I think I saw Aatrox in there, so that's cool. We also saw Crossbow, and I did read somewhere that there was a Vayne shot in the game, so she might be in it. I'm not sure. We're going to look at the Varus video and see what Varus is all about.
The arrow of retribution will find its mark.
Let's have a look at Varus. So he's Runeterra champion, alright. Makes sense, I guess, if Kayn is one too. He has Origin, auto-equip. It's a 4-mana 3/4 quick attack. And he levels up when you've targeted 8+ allies. Okay. Origin, you may put any cultist cards into your deck during deck building. Oh, so that's the same as Kayn. Once you've played 3+ cultist spells, draw Varus. So this one, you get to draw him with spells. Kayn, you get to draw him with units, I believe. It's interesting. Yeah, targeting 8+ allies does seem like, of course, momentous choice counts for 2, I assume, but still, well, I'm not sure if that's hard. Every time you equip an ally, it's also a target, right? So, you'll never have this leveled by 4 at least. But I'm not sure how hard it's going to be. And he equips a darkened bow. It's 2 mana 0/0. When you play a spell or equip an ally, give me +1/+0, maximum +5/+0 until next time my bearer strikes. Oh, that's interesting. Until next time my bearer strikes, not until the end of the round. So it actually stacks up over turns. That's cool. Yeah, not sure what to think about it yet. We haven't seen any of the other cards, but it looks decent. I don't know how hard this is to level though, but we'll see some of the other cards.
What I could learn from
Ooh, that's also a new card. 4 mana, 3/5 cultist. Once you've equipped an ally this game, create a new spell that costs 2 in hand and set its cost to 0. I mean, he's playing it on turn 5 here. Then it seems decent, but can you ever play this on turn 4 in a cultist deck? Like, it's pretty hard to have a decent equip in any other region than Shurima with the Bloodletters. That's also a good equipment card. Well, maybe also the Darkened Lodestone in Targon. Create a new spell, so it's random. You don't get to choose which one it will be. Set it cost to 0. I'm not sure if this is good enough to actually play in a deck. Like a 0-cost spell should be good for Varus, at least for the bow. You don't know if this card will target anything. I'm not sure if you really want to play this. 4 mana 3/5, decent. Yeah.
Learn from studying such a weapon.
You will know our power. Be patient. Bloodshed is the only way, isn't it?
Grant me your power.
That's also a new card. 2 mana, 1/3 cultist. When I'm summoned or you've equipped an ally this game, create a gem in hand. That's actually pretty decent. Like, it's a bit worse than Mountain Goat stats, but at least it does something even if you haven't equipped an ally already. And then once you equip an ally, it gets it again. And gems you can actually play to level Varus or to get more attack on him or his bow. That seems decent. Yeah, seems like a solid minion. It's also nice that you actually get another cultist that you can actually play even if you haven't equipped something yet. Because also Kane deck is really missing that sometimes. Like, Bloodletters is the only real way to draw Kane by playing cultists. Because most of the cultists just aren't that good to play. So yeah, I think this is decent.
Let me end our war.
Our revenge comes first, then your petty war.
True power eclipses both day and night.
Beware those who have nothing to lose!
Cinematic looks decent. I mean, it fits Varus for as far as I know him. Yeah, it's nothing too special. It's just a decent level up cinematic. Let's see, when he levels up, he gains +1/+1 and Overwhelm. Oh, that's actually interesting. The Darkened Bow activates twice and has maximum of +10/+0. Oh, so he's actually a pretty good finisher. Interesting. Like, especially if you activate this with a Momentous Choice. Like, if you play Momentous Choice for attack on this, then it will gain +6/+0, right? Because it activates twice on the first one and activates twice again on the second one, and they already give +1. Then this becomes like 5 mana attack for 10/5, quick attack overwhelm. That's pretty dangerous, I'll be honest. Yeah, looks decent. I'm not sure what to think about it, but it looks like it's a decent finisher if you can combine it with like cards like Momentous Choice. Yeah, cool.
We deliver their end.
I am freed. I am ascended.
It is complicated enough without your dominance.
It looks really stupid that if you have Azir and Seraph on rank 3, that the best thing you could play is Xolani. Like, you should have better cards in your deck by then. But okay, this is also a new card. Let's see if we can see it here. Yeah. The Unforgiven Cold. Frostbite, the strongest enemy. If you equipped an ally this game, copy me. So it's a 4 mana Frostbite. That doesn't seem to be too good. And what do you mean copy? Like, if he play it, does he play it twice on the same minion? That doesn't seem strong. Like, momentous choice is also worded like this, right? So we have to assume it's on the same minion. But then it's only useful against, like, spell shield. That doesn't seem too strong. He's playing it. Let's see how it works.
Enough without your domineering.
So it does activate on 2 units. Wait. Oh, Frostbite's the strongest enemy, and then it copies it. Right. Yeah, I misread it. Alright, okay. I mean, so it doesn't always hit what you want. It always hits the strongest enemy. I'm not sure if that's... I mean, a lot of the times the strongest enemy will be the one that you want to Frostbite, but not always. But getting it copied is definitely strong. And it also gives Frostbite to a region that doesn't have it. Like, I assume this is a cultist card. So that's definitely interesting. Like, maybe also makes it a little bit easier for Kane to get his strikes in when he's being attacked by a challenger or he gets vulnerable. I'm not sure how to feel about this. At least it's interesting that cultist gets a Frostbite. Like, just for that you could play it a one-off in it, just so your opponent has to play around it. We'll see.
And enough without your domineering. Don't stand against us. Their minds are so fragile.
Wait, that's the champion spell. Did we get to see the text? No, we don't. So it gives an ally +1/+0 and it gives something vulnerable, right? Yeah. Well. Oh, and it creates a copy.
Your will crumbles so easily.
Ooh, that's no card. Deal 1 to a unit. If you've equipped an ally this game, copy me with the same targets. It's fast, and I'm going to assume it's also a cultist card. So it's like a 2 mana mystic shot for units once you've equipped an ally. But it does count for 2 spell costs. It seems decent. Like, I mean, it sucks that you can play this on turn 2 to destroy something with 2 health when you really want to, like a Nora or something. But I guess later in the game it's decent, especially to get spell procs off. You never want to deal this, like, this doesn't help level Varus though, because Varus wants to target allies, and this you always want to hit an enemy with. So that's a little unfortunate that this doesn't really have synergy with it. But it will allow you to draw Varus fast by playing this.
One step closer to retribution.
Well, we can definitely see how Varus can be very dangerous once he's leveled. I think the hard thing about the deck is actually leveling Varus, because targeting 8+ allies, that seems to be the hardest part about him. Like, once you have him leveled, just one momentous choice already makes him very dangerous. So yeah, I think the hard thing about the deck is going to be leveling him, and we'll have to see how hard that actually is. Maybe it's going to be easier than I think right now. We'll see. Let's look at some of the cards we haven't seen yet though. So here's a champion spell. Give an enemy vulnerable and give an ally +1/+0 this round. Create a fleeting Chains of Corruption. That's this card. Yeah, it's a copy in hand, and shuffle a Varus into your deck. Okay, so it's basically just like we saw in the video. I mean, giving vulnerable while you already have Varus in play, if you assume he's leveled, that's nice. So you can actually take the weakest blocker, so you can go for lethal. It's decent. It's nothing too fancy. I'm not sure if you actually want to play this multiple times. Like, of course, you can give the bow attack with this. That's nice. Yeah, maybe it's decent. Let's see what else we haven't seen. Only this one, I think. 5 mana 5/5 cultist. Your equipped allies have overwhelm. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not sure if it's that good in a cultist deck though. I mean, Varus already has overwhelm when he's leveled, and one of the Kane forms already has overwhelm, and the other Kane form has elusive, which you only pick that form if your opponent never plays elusive in the deck, so it doesn't really need overwhelm. It's Freljord though. You could play it in an Ornn deck. Maybe Jax plus Ornn. This could be good into, like as a 2-off. As a finisher. Well, Jax already gets overwhelm as a level 2. I'm not sure where you would want to play this. Yeah, I'm not really seeing it right now. I believe we also saw like a different cultist in his hand here, like 3 mana one, and also this spell. So let's look Mobalytics if they've more cards than we have seen in the video here. Yeah, new cards. Yeah, these are the ones we've seen. Ah, here it is. It's a 3 mana 3/2 cultist with Attune, and once you've equipped an ally this game, grant me elusive. That's definitely interesting. Elusive is a very strong keyword. Like 3 mana 3/2 Attune elusive. That's just good. You have to be equipped an ally. Can you play this on turn 3? Not always, I think. I'm not sure if this is that good, to be honest. Like, it's definitely, like, if it didn't have the text, like, if it just had elusive, it would be strong. It would still just be a beat stick, but it would be strong. But you hardly ever have an equipped ally on turn 3 unless you play the Ionian Hookmaster. And I'm not sure if you want to run either Noxus or Ionia with Kane or Varus. Not sure if this actually makes the cut. Like when I compare this to the 4 mana 4/3 that has Tough and Scout and gain Scout when you equip something, I think that's more dangerous because Scout, when you get like weapons, is a lot more dangerous than elusive. Because it can attack twice, so your weapon actually has twice the value. I'm not sure. It's definitely an interesting card. It can definitely be played. Like even as a 3 mana 3/2 with Attune, that's still not the worst card in the game. There are definitely better cards, but it's not the worst. Even if you can only play it to gain Kane. I'm not sure. It's interesting. Let's see this one. 4 mana, the sudden surge, burst speed. Once you have equipped an ally this game, I cost 2 less. Okay. Grow an ally to 5/5 this round. Okay, so this is an interesting combat trick. Once you've equipped an ally, at least. It costs 2 less. So we have a spell like this with the 1 mana and it grows an ally to 3/3 that round. Like for 2 mana 5/5, that's pretty big. That's actually good. I'm not sure. But Bandle City already has a lot of weak units. That's why the card, sometimes you want to get it from Congeologist, but you never main deck the 1 mana version. Would you main deck this in a Kane or Varus deck? I'm unsure. Like, We'll need to see some of the other cards and think about what cards you actually want to run in the Varus deck, whether you also want to run this. It is a cultist card, so it will draw, and it targets an ally, so it's good for that, definitely, into the Varus deck. Yeah, you might play it into Varus at least. I'm not sure if you want to play this in Kane. You might. It's interesting. Then we have this, Cultist, 1 mana 2/2. When equipped allies attack, deal 1 to the enemy nexus. Well, Bilgewater gets another 2/2. Interesting thing about this, I think, when I see this card, is it's a 1 mana 2/2 Cultist. That's definitely playable in turn 1. So you could play this in Kane decks just to draw Kane after you play 3 Cultist units. Because it just has decent stats. Even without its effect, it's still a decent turn 1. And later on in the game, you can have its effect, and sometimes it could make a little difference. Not sure if you want to run this in Varus decks, though. I think this is more for Kane. But, yeah, interesting. Because the weapon doesn't trigger from skills right now. Just spells or equip an ally. So I don't think you need to run this in Varus. But could be good for Kane. Then with this, the Unending Wave, 4 mana burst. Once you have equipped an ally this game, I cost 2 less. We have a theme going on here. Draw 2 and give them fleeting. That's actually pretty good. Especially later in the game when you've equipped an ally. Like, you definitely want to be playing this into Varus deck, I think. Because cheap spells are very good for Varus, and if you can draw 2 and give them fleeting, like if they're cheap spells, fleeting doesn't matter because you can just play them. Like if you play this into a momentous choice, you will have played 3 spells for 3 mana and have options in your hand. That seems decent. Yeah, I think this is a potentially a very strong card. I can see this being played in various decks. If Varus actually sees the light of day, I think this will definitely be in it. Yeah, seems like a decent card. If we got anything else here, yeah, this one. The expense protection, 4 mana burst. Once you have equipped an ally this game, I cost 2 less. Yeah, we definitely have a theme going on here. Like 4 mana spells that cost 2 less once you've equipped an ally. Interesting. I wonder if there's any like common thing between the 3 of them that I'm not seeing. It's also, I don't know a lot about Darken champions, so I'm not sure if there's like a common theme between these 3 cards, like in the pictures, but they're definitely connected to each other. So it costs 2 less once you've equipped an ally. Give an ally spell shield this round. Okay, this is very good. Yeah, definitely for Varus decks. It targets an ally, and it can give Varus spell shield for 1 turn for 2 mana. That's actually pretty strong. Because it's a strong finisher, giving it spell shield makes it very strong. I think this is very strong. You definitely want to be playing at least 2 of these in your Varus decks, possibly 3. Yeah, this seems strong. Like, it's also in the Targon region. Like, maybe you even play this in like Pantheon decks, because Pantheon plays the Wandering Shepherd and the Darkened Lodestones. So you can trigger this in Pantheon pretty easily, and having a burst speed spell shield actually seems pretty good. Like you might even run maybe like 1 or 2 copies in a Pantheon deck from this. Yeah, this seems like a very solid card. This will definitely see some play. Yeah, cool, strong card. We've seen all the other cards. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, Varus, very interesting. I don't know if we've seen all the cultist cards or if there are going to be more, because Aatrox seems like he's also a Darkin champion. And maybe we'll see more cultists, because so far both the Darkin champions have both resulted around cultists. Although we do already have like one that goes with spells and one that goes with units. I'm not sure what Aatrox could be. Like maybe once you've played 3+ equipment cards, draw Aatrox. We'll have to see. But this is definitely interesting. Certainly a few interesting cards. I do think most cards just fit a cultist deck. Like this could fit in Pantheon, but I'm not sure if any of the other cards you actually want to play in other decks. Like Momentous Choice was a really strong card that sees a lot of play in Nami. I'm not sure if you have a thing like that going on here. I mean, this is decent, but not amazingly strong. It's not like Momentous Choice. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll be on the lookout for new videos of the champions, and I'll hope you'll watch them with me. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.